How you doing, guys? It's Danny K right back again with another video. Let's go. Comment, subscribe before I go any further. Today I want to talk about the 10 years to greatness. Why it takes time. Why it takes time, 10 years to greatness. I'm just going to put it down. First, I'm going to start off, because I know you guys like this, why it takes time for success and the 10 years to greatness. And this is just a theory that I have. It's not really evidence to back this up, but it's a theory from what I've seen with successful people, high achievers in society. I want to start by saying this. You're on earth for a limited amount of time. You're not here for unlimited amount of time. You're not a guy that you could live forever and ever and ever. Your spirits, your ideas can live on forever. For example, me making these YouTube videos, this is gonna be here forever. It's gonna be on the internet forever. If the internet's still here, this is gonna be here forever. So my impact on this world right now is small, but it's gonna be here forever. The ebook that I made, the website I made, it's gonna be here forever unless those infrastructures are destroyed. But most likely, more than not, they're gonna be here. They're gonna be here. But you have to realize that you're here on earth. You as a being, you're only here for a little amount of time. That's why I came with the 2 years or 10 years to greatness. For men, time could be an asset, and if used properly, it could be an asset if used properly. For women, it could work against them. It can work against them. And I'm gonna dive deeper to that. When I said 10 years to greatness, I know a lot of like 10 years to greatness. What are you talking about? In my studies and looking into people who are very ultra successful, the high achievers, male and female in this, I realized it took approximately 10 years before they could reach the pinnacle. 10 years before everybody could be like, oh, that's that guy, that's XYZ, that's that guy. Before, they had a little bit notoriety, but they didn't really, the name was not really a household name until after about 10 years. I was looking to, I'm like, yeah, it takes 10 years of average. Now with the internet, Instagram, social media, the time is cut down, but on average, it takes 10 years. It takes 10 years. I was seeing Drake get his award, and I remember that he used to be an artist that used to be played when I was in middle school. I'm 25 years old, 14, 15, 16. He was getting played, but he was not mainstream. It was not like, and not everybody was like, oh my, yeah, Drake. No, but nobody was really like that. But now, forward 10 years from now, we're in 2021. He's become a household name. Not everybody's riding him. I'll even look at Lil Wayne. And I'm talking about just artists right here because it's easy for people to understand that. This was even when I was just literally when I came to America. Well, I was born African but young. But he was on, but he was just more like the hood people listen to him. But at a certain point, he would just boom like everywhere. You could not step out and not hear Lil Wayne. But it took 10 years, a 10-year period before he became to that level. The level that Drake is at now, Lil Wayne was at that level. Look at Jeff Bezos. It took him approximately more than 10 years, but approximately 10 years in order for everything to start going into. It was in his mid-30s, and it was in his mid-30s that he hit million. Now he's in his 40s, 50s. Now that's when he started hitting $1 billion. So I'm seeing this in all the success of Elon Musk, everybody who's the top performer in the world. I'm like, dang, it took them a while. It took them time to reach that level. It took them time to reach that success. And I'm realizing if you're a person watching, just know it's going to take time. It might take less than 10 years, 10 years. It might take more than 10 years. But you have to be able to put in that time. For example, me, I made myself a goal. I'm like, I have to save $100,000 so I can go into real estate or even have a 6-figure portfolio. So I broke it down. I'm 25 years old right now. I'm like, okay, what would I have to do this by 30? Because my goal is to retire in my 30s. I'm okay. If I want to have $100,000, that's $20,000 for 5 years. What job or skill or business can I do that I could save $20,000 in the next 5 years? What can I do What can I do? What can I do that I could put? That's like $2,000 approximately. Use a little bit less than that. Because a year period. But let's just say $2,000 a month. That's $24,000 a year. I'm okay. If I want a 6-figure portfolio, I have to be able to put out at least $2,000 or a little bit less, but on average $2,000 a month into this. You see? I'm doing the math in my head. It's like 1,800. I'm not sure. I'm doing the math in my head. But you have to put approximately $2,000 every month for the next 5 years to reach a 6-figure portfolio. So me thinking about, okay, that's right there is like $4,000 a month, $2,000 to save, $2,000 to invest. Now, what job can I make that I could make at least $8,000, $7,000 to $8,000 after taxes? Because my living expenses is minimal. Now, what can I do to make that money so I can achieve that goal? Then me realizing I gotta take time. It takes time to reach big goals. It will take time for you to reach a big goal. You want to be debt free, $100,000 in debt. It's going to take time for that. You want to get your body right. It's going to take time for that. I've been working out literally. I gained weight, and I've been working out literally for like the past year or some change. Literally a year for some change. And now I'm seeing the results of the work I did a few months ago. A lot of people don't want to put in that work. There's 10 years to greatness. 10 years of dedication, 10 years of hitting your head against the wall. Me doing this YouTube thing, I know it's gonna take me time for me to pop. It's gonna take time for me to blow up. It's gonna take time for me to blow up and everybody, oh yeah, you know, Masking Out the Club, Danny K, until I reach these pods. It's gonna take time. I don't want it to take time, but it's not about what I want, it's about what's happening. It's about how the world works. World doesn't work just, oh yeah, give this guy something. No, you have to put in work every day. You have to go. Me, I try my best to drop at least 3 videos every week. Me doing 14-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, I have to do that. And you as a person, you have your own dilemmas. You have your own things that's that's occupying your life right now. But you have to take time. If you want to reach the top 10%, the top even 1%. Let's say top 20, 10%. It's easy to reach there. A lot of people let it out to be, but it's going to take hard work, which a lot of people don't want to do. I know me just saying 10 years, a lot of people were turned off by that. I said again, men, time could be your asset. During the time when you're young, you're in your early 20s, stack your paper, invest, work on some career moves that will establish you in your 30s and your 40s, where you're not working and begging, you're not in a mouse trap, and you're just like, oh my, I'm not worth nothing, I'm nothing, I'm a nobody, because you didn't put the time and discipline in it. This is an ice skater, I forgot her name, but she did not have a life. She did not have a life for a majority of her childhood because they always were taken out for training. And she was the top Olympian. By the time she was in her early 20s, she was Olympian, you know, gold medals, and she was financially set off just by doing that. But she sacrificed a majority of her youth. She sacrificed more than 10 years of her youth. So it still took 10 years. It's just that she started at a younger age. And that said it all. She said, in her interview, she's like this, you know, I look back, I wish I had a childhood, but matter of fact, I like it better that this happened because it set me up for better opportunities and better opportunities in life. She had to sacrifice. So you guys will have to sacrifice. Take this notion that you will not have to sacrifice. As I always said, this is a theory that I'm just seeing, and it's just recurring theme all the time. 10-year theme. Because a lot of people underestimate what they can do in 10 years. A lot of people overestimate what they can do in a year. I said again, a lot of people underestimate what they can do in 10 years and overestimate what they can do in a year. Meaning, people have big goals in a small amount of time and small goals in a big amount of time when it's supposed to be actually the reversed. When you're on your grind, for me, I started this YouTube thing, I didn't even have 300 subscribers. I didn't have this 322 subscribers that I have now. I had a way less subscriber base. But me, I just kept going at it. I'm gonna keep posting. I'm gonna try my best to make quality content that will help the viewer, that will help men when it comes to his channel. But okay, I learned something. I took something from this. Like this video, I want you guys to take care of that. Take notes or learn that it's going to take time. It will take probably 10 years of your life. Now with social media, you know how to leverage social media and X, Y, and Z and your knowledge and mentorship, you could cut that actually in half. But approximately it takes you 10 years to reach that pinnacle of success, that pinnacle of, dang, I am that guy, that pinnacle of, this is just greatness only waiting to happen. Drink some of this water. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. And I said, this is not a message that is mainstream. This is not a message that people like to talk about. People want to talk about getting quick money, doing things quick, doing things fast. I'll tell you this right now. This moment in time in my life, me growing and building my foundation, laying my foundation, my financial foundation, my mental foundation, my physical foundation, my emotional foundation, me laying this foundation in my life is not easy. But I know if I don't do it, I've seen people who not skip that step. And they're my age right now and they're struggling. They don't have any opportunities. They don't have any, and they're still young, relatively young. But they're trapped in that cycle of short-sightedness. They're trapped in the cycle of, I want things done here right now. Instead of thinking, okay, it's long term. I mean, even if you're 30 years old, that's relatively young. You still live, people live into their 60s, 80s. Sorry about that. People live into their 60s, 70s, 80s. My screen just froze for some reason. Yeah, it's working now. So you gotta look, okay, 30s, I'm not even halfway over my life. What am I gonna do with my life? How am I survive? How am I eat? How am I feed my family? If I don't wanna have how am I feed myself? How am I get out the rat race? These are questions that you need to ask yourself because it's gonna take about 10 years to meet this, man. I'm telling you. They say he needs at least $1 million to retire. $1 million to retire. But when you reach the first $100,000, it's way easier with the compound interest or whatnot. It's very easy to reach 200K, 400K, 500K, even $1 million off of just that initial investment. But it takes time to make that initial investment, and if it doesn't take time, it takes a lot of energy to make that initial investment. Because you're going to have to learn a high value skill. You're going to have to start a business. You're going to, and I'm doing almost like all three right now in my life personally. But it comes back down to this, 10 years to greatness. Are you going to dedicate the next 10 years of your life to greatness? If you're smart, you know how to leverage social media. You know how to leverage your energy to gain high value skills. You'll cut this actually in half. But in the grand scheme of things, are you going to be able to invest 10 years into yourself? So if you're 30, just know it might take you 40. And if you want to settle down, make sure you settle down with somebody that you're right. When you reach that pinnacle of success, they see you, they see the goal, they see the vision, and they invested in your vision. They invested in your goal. Okay? Because it's going to be 10 years of sacrificing, 10 years of sleepless nights, 10 years of grinding, beating your head against the wall, as I said again previously. 10 years of, oh yeah, you see some success, you see some downfalls, you see some success, you see some downfalls. 10 years of losing friends, 10 years of you losing family, 10 years of losing girlfriends, 10 years of losing lovers, 10 years of probably losing your life and your mental clarity and your sanity. People don't want to talk about this. People don't want to talk about this. There are times where I sat down and I'm like, dang, I just grabbed my head, I'm like, dang, so much on my plate. I'm like, dang, I gotta pay this debt. I gotta do this and that. I gotta save this amount of money. I gotta work on moving out to X, Y, and Z place. I gotta get a new apartment. And so I have all these things going on. It's just minuscule things. I have this business going on. I have this and this. So just know, once you reach or you choose to dedicate yourself for grace, you choose to dedicate yourself for an above average lifestyle, for an above average person. If you're able to retire or you have at least $10,000 in your bank account, you're above the average person just by just doing that minuscule thing alone. And I can't say minuscule, but just doing that thing alone. But just know, I want to be able to retire early. I want to be able to have this amount of money. I want to be able to work when I want to work. If I want to stay retired, I could be retired. If I want to travel, I could travel. I want to live life on my terms. If you want to live like that, You want to live like that? Just better believe that it's going to take time. It's going to take sacrifice and dedication to be an above average person. And from what I've seen in my studies, and from what I've seen in my studies and me researching, doing X, Y, and Z, it takes about 10 years. It takes about 10 years. And I said again, with all things that's going on in technology, you can cut that thing in half. But on the worst, I always say, look at the worst in scenario, but try to train for the best. Just knowing your master body is going to take 10 years. Me, I know, dang, it's going to take me time. And it's going to take sacrifice. And I'm going to go with the 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. I made this video and I have the questionnaire for you guys that you should ask yourself. Question that you should ask yourself. Number 1, can you put in the work consistently for 10 years? Ask yourself this: if you're in your career, if you're in your life, if you're in a relationship, if anything in your life, are you able, even ladies watching this, are you willing to put in 10 years of consistent work and effort? Consistently. Me, I have to work. I told myself I'm working out 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes I work even 7 times a week. Work out even 7 times a week. Right now I'm working 7 days a week and working out 7 days a week. Sometimes 7 times with the workout, but I'm working 7 days a week. And I have to do this consistently, month in, month out. And then I realized I had to do it year in, year out in order for me to achieve my goals. So I want you guys to really think, can you put in the work consistently for 10 years? Can you? If you cannot, it's understandable. But you have to be real with yourself too. Can you put in the work consistently for 10 years? Number 2, will you do the best you can in your work? So now, not only consistently, will you bring out the best quality of work? Because anybody could go out there and just be like, and just do a few walks and just be like, hold the head up. Oh, it's better than nothing, but it's not quality. Me making these videos, my mindset is like, I want something of quality. I want to bring quality content to my viewers, to my listeners. The people who want to get some ideas, people who want to debate with me, people who want to listen to me. I want to give them something that they could be like, damn, I learned something from. I got something from watching this guy. I didn't get negativity, I didn't get positive. I learned something, or I got something that conflicts with my ideas that I get to ponder on and think about. This comes from producing quality content. So you guys and you individuals in your life on this 10-year journey that you have, are you able to put in quality content, the best content that you could produce for those 10 years, even longer, but for those 10 years, can you do it? Week in, week out, month in, month out, day in, day out, can you do it? This is a real question you should ask yourself. Number 3, are you ready for the ups and downs? This one is a real home hitter for me, guys. I'll be honest with you. This is a real home hitter for me. Are you ready for the ups and downs of life? Are you ready for the roller coaster in life? Are you ready to lose friends? Are you ready to be lonely? Are you ready to look and be like, dang, and question your sanity? Question yourself as an individual. Question your ideals, your philosophies in life. Are you willing to do that? Because that's what it's going to take. That is what it's going to take for you to sit back and really question your being. Question even sometimes your existence. Question the very fabric of your being. Question every little thing about yourself. Things that you grew up thinking and knowing. Then you wake up and you're working on yourself and you realize, dang, now I have to question every single thing. You've been taught you don't really have to work hard, especially in this generation. Oh, things gonna be easy, fast money, fast cars, fast women. And it really deludes the values of system. It really deludes the value of putting in work for a long period of time. It really deludes the values of patience and persistence. And I don't mean patience in the way of, oh, I'm just gonna wait for time, but patience in the way of that you're working, you put 100, you go after it, but you realize that it might not pop, it might not hit to 10, 5, 10, 15, hell, even 20 years from now. There are times I literally gained 5 subscribers and lost 5 literally the next day. There are times I was up and there are times I was down. There are times where yo, I have racks, and there are times where I'm like, yo, I had 0. That haven't happened in a long time. But when I was younger, a few years ago, I was negative in my bank account. Now I'm like, I'm having ups and downs with business. I'm making my website. I'm like, yo, I'm not getting no sales. What can I do to make sales? I'm making a product. How can I promote this product? I'm doing XYZ. Career-wise, what can I do in my career to help me be at a better financial standing? That I could focus on my YouTube business. That I could focus on my websites. That I could focus on my brand. And these are the ups and downs of life. These are the ups and downs of life that you have to be real with yourself and acknowledge it and embrace it. And not only embrace it, love it. Put this down a little bit. Love it. Literally, just when they say love the journey, I really see what they're talking about down. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about because they're not even on the journey. So you gotta really look back about this day. Am I really prepared for the ups and downs of this? Just know that if you want to be average, it's okay to be average. But just know that the choices you make in life will always come back. You have to pay. I said you're going to pay now or pay later, but you're going to have to pay. Life is not easy. There's some things that you're going to go through that might break you, that may make you look up to God and look up to heaven like, yo, God, why? But you guys could do this. I believe in you guys. I believe anybody who's watching this video, male, female, alien, I believe in you. But you have to believe in yourself. You have to make a plan, a concrete plan that's feasible, that could work, and work the system. Work the system. You might have to work a job. You might have to work 20 hours in a day. You might only have 4 or 5 hours of sleep sometimes. You will have to sit down and really strategize your life. And it's not fun. It's not going to be easy. But you have to do what you have to do for yourself and your last name. As I said again, the 10 years to greatness. And you're going to be great, guys. You're going to be great. You're watching this, you're going to be great. 10 years to greatness. This is Dan K. Welcome to the Masculine Alpha Club. We try to build men to be the most masculine, most alpha version of themselves. Comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video. Tell me if you think I'm right, if you think I'm wrong. 22 minutes strong. 22 minutes strong. We're gonna become one of the best on YouTube, man. I'm telling you. I'm trying to build this following. 400 subscribers by the end of this month. Out. Peace out, guys. Peace out.